by mutual consent. I talk to my partner and I say something like, it's really been bugging me lately about something, and I need to sit down and have an argument with you. I'll actually say it like that. I have a bone to pick with you. I really need to have a fight with you about something. Is this a good time? And if it's late at night, that's not a good time because we're both tired. And my wife will say so. And if it's just before I have to go to work, I'll say, yeah, this isn't convenient. This isn't going to work. And if we're both hungry and we haven't eaten yet, no, this is definitely not a good time. Let's have a bite to eat first. And for some of us, it means Monday through Friday are terrible times to be having a fight. It really does. Sometimes my wife and I schedule our fights for the weekend when normally you would hope we're going to be having a great time. But if you really believe in fair fighting, there's nothing to be afraid of because there's not going to be any abuse. And instead, it's an executive board meeting for a company that's main product is happiness. We're just getting together to figure out what has interrupted the supply chain and how can we increase production of more and more happiness. Is that a bad discussion to have? No, I'm looking forward to it. So what about Saturday, 10 o'clock after we have breakfast? Sure, that would be great. Okay, thanks. I'll see you then. And we schedule our fights just as any executive board would. You wouldn't schedule an executive board meeting at midnight, but I know plenty of couples who choose to argue at midnight before going to bed. No, we're going to settle this once and for all right now. The Bible says not to let the sun go down on your wrath, so we're going to figure this out before the morning. That's actually pretty counterproductive because it sets us up for failure. What I'd like to say is, doesn't your spouse deserve your very best when you're trying to resolve a conflict that's keeping you apart? Sure. So if you're going to give them your very best, you wouldn't be having an argument with them when you're exhausted, when you're famished, or when you're utterly distracted by kids and work and all these other cares. So we need to be able to argue by mutual consent.